It's
But you're not seeing the like the screen that I have up right now. You're like basically it's you're still seeing the Be Connected, even though I switched over to like a different platform right now.
yeah, no,
Okay.
because
Because
the
I
widgets override, screen share or anything, and I don't know what else you were sharing. So, but
Perfect.
anyway, we are ready to get started. I'll type up some messages. I'll kind of handle the chat, and you guys can play.
Okay. So we want to go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Elena. You want to introduce Jeff, and we'll get started.
Yes. Hello, hello. We are ready to start our orientation call today. And with me are two handsome men, and we. I would like to introduce the host today of our orientation calls. He is Jeff Wright, and he is the CEO of the marketing agency called Limitless Life Media. He is the guy who will make you visible. If you want to accelerate your business, have many clients, be visible, just contact him directly. And we also have David Rogers here, and he is an entrepreneur with experience of 40 years, and he also will share his experience in using this platform. So we are ready to go, and Jeff, I give the word to you.
All right. Well, thanks, Alina. Hey, it's so awesome, and happy Friday, everybody, for listening in today. We're pretty pumped up, especially being on a Friday here. We're about ready to bring in the new year. So I'm just got to go ahead and wish everybody a happy New Year's Eve, even though we're not there yet. It's right around the corner, and so 2024 is just going to be huge. Wishing you guys a very happy holiday season, happy New Year, all that, and then. Alina is kind of being, I just want to, I appreciate that warm introduction, but I actually want to take a step back because Alina, Apalkova, and I still got to work on pronouncing that last name. So I apologize. I'm not getting that exactly where it's American accent. Let's go with that. But anyway, so Alina is, she's so good on mindset strategies. So, she is going to really help you fast track your results. So I'm really honored to have her. She's CEO of Mindset to Results. And, she really empowers coaches, mentors, speakers to help them unlock their potential, achieve those big goals, live with purpose and thrive. I mean, that's really incredible. I think mindset, uh, just my opinion and what I've seen in my own business can account for 80% of your results. So I think it's so powerful to have Alina on the call today, as well as David, both, in my opinion, heavy hitters as far as just overall. Um, I really kind of consider them both kind of a virtual friend as well, because I know Alina's in London, and then we have David. What city again? Remind me.
I'm in Dallas.
You're in Dallas, which I've been there a couple times, and so definitely I'd like to visit you both out there. And I'm in St. Louis. But without further ado, I thank you both for being on the call today. But today it's about supercharging your business and how we can do that with Be Connected. And so what I'd like to do is first welcome you to this orientation Q&A. And we're really got to go over to, well, how can you use Be Connected to really transform your own business? And with that, let's go ahead and get into it. So thank you for attending. Really, Be Connected is an online platform that really has got to help you sell more. And that sounds like a bold statement, but I can assure you, just from using the Be Connected platform, that it can't be said enough that it does matter. It does matter what platform you're using, whether like maybe right now you find yourself using Zoom, or maybe you're doing a Facebook Live, or you're using some other social media platform. And I can tell you with utmost confidence that if you jump on Be Connected, that you're going to have not only the free HD video conferencing. So that means like maybe you're using StreamYard right now, but you can stream up to 5 additional platforms with Be Connected. And Oh, we lost the slide there real quick. I don't know what happened, but sorry, I want to go back. But there's just a lot you can do there. So so whether you're using StreamYard or there's a lot of different things you might find yourself. I don't know, and David, if you want to chime in on this, you sometimes find yourself like, man, I have to. In the past, I had to juggle like 10 different tabs just to do the same thing that Beekonnected. Do you want to chime in on that at all?
Well, yeah, I mean, basically the key asset we all have, and one, Bill Gates can't buy yesterday, is our time. And reality is, you can do a lot of the stuff. You just have to do it in a lot of different places. There's a huge learning curve. There's a lot of integration issues, just all kinds of things that you encounter. And, maybe you've navigated those things with other platforms, but here it's all in one place. It's integrated. We're, at a very exciting time. So, yeah, I find it so refreshing not to have to invest all this time in learning all these different platforms and trying to get people in the right place. It just cuts down on the noise and the time consumption, which time is our most valuable asset, right? Bill Gates can't buy yesterday. So it's important.
Well, that's so true, David. I appreciate you mentioning that, because if you think about it, the differentiator here with Beekonnected is if you ever found yourself, and anyone listening to this, you probably found yourself, whether you're using a Zoom or you're using some other similar platform like that, when you're on your virtual calls or you're broadcasting or whatever, and the last thing you want to do is you're about ready to make a key point and you get distracted because you have to worry about like 10 different other platforms and coordinate them. That's the last thing you want to have to worry about, because you lose your train of thought. Well, with Beekonnected, you got to actually quickly determine and just stay tuned and listen in that's not going to be the case. So let's go ahead and take a look at some more here. So let's go talk about video conferencing for a moment. So up to 3,000 webinar attendees, clickable sales buttons. There's recordings that are instantly ready. You stream up to 5 social platforms. Yes, I said 5 social platforms. That's pretty incredible right there. And also, and just as a side note, because I get on tangents like this, so we're gonna get right back into it. But if you guys, when you just like Elena, like, so she's just she has a lot of high fashion. So she said that she put her outfit together like in 1 minute today. I don't really believe that, because she's like pretty much like ready to go on the runway right now. But no, I'm just kidding. I couldn't help myself. But anyway, so she also, not only is she a great mindset coach, but I need to take my own fashion from her. I could probably take some notes later, but we'll get back on track there. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Let's get back on track. So getting back into it, all Beekonnected members, you can attend. And not only is there the attendance for registration and the live view, but you instantly get to connect with attendees. I mean, that's pretty incredible right there. I don't know if either of you want to talk about your experience on being able to instantly connect with attendees. You guys want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, it's actually, in my take, and Elena probably feels the same way. It really, this platform is designed really to cut from the top of the funnel to the bottom with a click. And so when I'd like Jack is on this show right now, and he posted, and I actually clicked on his name and have already sent him a connection request. So all of a sudden somebody is in the same room with you. And if you can imagine, like being in a big meeting, if you will, and a whole room full of people, and you see people and you think they're interesting and you collect cards and you do all that, right? And the same thing kind of happens on a Zoom call too. But you have to follow up. Here, you can capture the moment, you can be present in the moment, you can click on that person and immediately get that out of the way, and then it goes from there. So yeah, you don't have to stress over it. I love it.
Absolutely. And that's, you can, hopefully you can tell just from what David mentioned right there, that's already a lot of value add. So yeah, so let's get back into it here. So we talked about that you have all those benefits, but let's talk about the live broadcasting and the effective replays for a moment. So this means that all BK members can attend. You have attendance registration, live views. You instantly get to connect with attendees. We just mentioned that, but you also get to be seen on the dashboard to all members. And that includes replays available with live clickable sales links. So what does that mean? Well, I think you're already noticing that's a big difference because you're talking about in the moment. If you're like living in the present moment, that includes like you're on a virtual call. We're talking about community here. So there's a lot of things with Be Connected. A lot of us on the call, aren't we building a community? I mean, you're not just like, oh, hey, I'm on a virtual call, but you're actually wanting to build your tribe, your community, your like-minded people that you're working with. That's what you're doing. And so all these things, having all these benefits that Be Connected has, that makes a huge difference. Wouldn't you agree? So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
absolutely. So, all right, let's get into the next slide here. And let's talk about organic leads posting and social media for your businesses. So, it says businesses because maybe you have one business, maybe many of you do, but there's some of you that you have multiple businesses, and that you're really got to love this because let's talk about the organic leads seen by all the Be Connected members. This includes your likes, your comments, your following, your be able to follow feature, your members a simple click, a one click for your name to connect with you. These are things like, do you ever find yourself, and David and Elena, you might even find yourself in the past, like I know I felt the same way, is that I used to be like, oh man, I totally forgot to go and do a LinkedIn connection. I mean, it's been like 2 months ago. Well, this is like top of mind stuff right here. You get to do it right while top of mind because the platform makes it so easy to do. I mean, I don't know if either of you have, if you want to talk about your experience with that part of it.
Well, in my case, I get 35, 40 people a day at least that want to connect with me on LinkedIn. And the reality of it is you've got to sort through that to see if they're bots, if they're
Right.
automations, if they're somebody's assistant, see if you're really connecting to the real person. Here, you don't have to worry about that, right? So the noise, the level, the layers of that. So I really just have moved completely to where if somebody really wants a relationship, we've got to build it over here where you and I met, where you and I and Elena met. We've all kind of begun to build a relationship, and we're in a virtual global space, and it just works. It's so fun.
Right. And I mean, that's really what it's supposed to be about. I mean, I think all of us, like, of course, we're running our business, but you're also wanting to make meaningful connections. And Be Connected is going to make that 10 times easier. Simply, and you're going to learn more as to why that's the case. But so I'll go ahead, just stay on track because I get on these tangents. I can't talk enough. So that's why I have Elena and David here to kind of maybe keep me on track because I get a little bit too enthusiastic about Be Connected. So we'll move on to the next part here.
Yeah,
So
and
we already,
I would like to add here also something that is in the middle, befit section where we put our posts in this platform. All people can see our posts, and this is so important because when we have experience in Facebook and LinkedIn, we know that Facebook, for example, shows our post only to 3% of people. For example, I have 1,000 people in my group, and only maybe 20, 30 people will see the post. So this is so important that here, not only people in our group, but also all people who are in a Be Connected community see the posts. And this is how connection happens, because every time I come to the platform, I see somebody new posts and some people which attract my attention, and I just go and send them connection request, and then we meet and find out how we can collaborate. So I find it very revolutionary change.
I agree completely. So let's take a moment for the private public groups and what that means. So 100% reach to all group members in group chat. Okay, so we have that unlimited private and public groups. Okay, now that's important because when you have the and I guess we'll go back to that, but the private and public groups, what does that mean? Well, sometimes if you have a paid mastermind or something like that, which I'm a part of, I have with my own agency, I have some I have some mentors and some paid groups that I'm a part of. Well, there is a private, maybe there's a private like paid group that you want it to be exclusive, and you need to have that ability. So this, rather than having it separate, let's just put it all on one platform. So that's powerful right there. Searchable by the entire membership. Okay. That's, being able to keyword search like that about special connections that you want to make for your business. That's key. Inviting new members with the affiliate coded link, and we're going to get into the whole affiliate side here in a moment, but that is going to be a game changer for if you're wanting to create some type of passive income for your business using that. If you really look at like your Alex Hermosis or any top business people right now, and there's tons that use affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is huge, and being able to leverage that, and Alex Hermosi talks about this all the time. The number one thing, and I mean, I wake up each day and there's two words that I think of right away. The first thing is just being committed to your business and your passion, your every having a commitment to that, maybe a passion. And of course, Elena, that's her expertise, is talking about the mindset. But also it's about leverage. What are you doing to leverage your efforts? Because guys, I'm sorry, but I'm not just amazing at everything. I mean, is that a shocker? No. So you have to be able to leverage where you're weak, and Beekonnected can actually help you leverage a lot on the tech side to help you where you might be weak. Does that make sense? So
Yes, and I think that also the quality of people, as David already mentioned, I say that it is quality of people. For example, 70% or maybe 80% of people just want to sell something, that they just connect and just sell straightforward their services. And here, the most people with whom I connected, they mostly look for partnership and look for collaboration. And this is, I think, a very good place to find people who we can collaborate with and create a good partnership.
absolutely. Okay. Definitely, I couldn't agree more with that. So let's talk about the instant connections. Okay. When you find, and what we call be found by the entire database, you know, I think David and I've spoke about this because David's kind of like, oh, hey, Jeff, you might want to slow your roll on that. But I'm a big AI person, and I feel like, and actually Gary Vaynerchuk, who is like he does marketing for Fortune 500 companies. So whether it doesn't matter if you like him or not, because he's a big player in the marketing. And of course I'm a digital marketer, so I have to bring this up. He talks about this all the time. If you are not using AI in your business, you are falling behind. It doesn't mean like everyone's business is different, but we've all heard it, right? Like AI is here, it's not going anywhere. It's changing rapidly, like day by day. And so good for Beekonnected that they're already on top of that for you. So you have the AI part that's got to help you get connected to the right people. And David, I don't know if you want to chime in on that at all, or if you want to, if there's anything you want to talk about, like what your experience has been to be able to get to the right connections within the Beekonnected platform. Oh, you're on mute.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
When the connection generator with the, again, finding people that are with the B feed that Elena was talking about, and you can kind of see who people are pretty quickly. Plus, they put their private profile information in there, so the AI, if it's built out, which we'll talk about in a minute, that it introduces the right people. So you get very quickly, like I say, from the top of the funnel, which is they just know you're there, to very far down to where you can actually do what we're doing here, have a one-to-one, begin to build a relationship, because nothing happens, whether it's partnership or referrals or trade, or sales, even, without trust. So
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. That's why this is designed for global entrepreneurs and small business owners and large business owners for that matter.
Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong.
And
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. Yeah, I wanted to add here that AI here works on the principle to connect you with people who have your audience. This is also important, that it is not for people to to whom you want to sell your product, but mostly with people who have your audience. So when you connect with these right people and collaborate, it gives you much more results than just to sell one to one.
Right. And again, so don't get me wrong. Obviously, AI isn't like it's not some type of crystal ball. It's not some type of magic tool, but it is a tool. And that's what you want to do. You just want to be able to leverage tools that make your life easier, that help you make more powerful connections and make the right connections for your business. And there's no reason why you wouldn't want to take advantage of that. So we'll move on to the next slide here. Okay, so what do we have as far as like offering the 3 levels of membership plans and choosing the plan that is right for you and your business? So it really doesn't matter if you're starting out in business or you're ready to take it to the next level. Beekonnected, we have you covered here. Okay, what does that mean? Well, we call it Be Free, and that's best for new businesses, new business owners. It is absolutely free, guys. So this allows you to test drive Beekonnected. You're quickly going to determine that you're gonna want to move to the next level, because you're gonna find the free version is already better than the free version of Zoom. You gotta find that out for yourself really quickly, because of all the free things. Let's talk about the free things that you get as a free member. 100 attendees right out of the gate with your streaming, 2 platforms. Yes, 2 platforms. Video means that's 90 minutes on as far as your time limit, your duration. You get the posts and the chats, connections using the AI technology, which we just covered. And then you get to join the groups and the shows rather than having to be like, oh, by the way, go to my Facebook group, go to my LinkedIn group, and da 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 da. Well, you get to do that all in one, just on the free side. So you can already see that that's a big thing on the free. But what you're really going to want to do, and what's even most popular, is the pro membership. And that's best for your professionals, of course, business owners, things like that. But that's only $19.95 per month. It's that cheap, guys. I mean, I shouldn't even say it's cheap, because that's a strong investment of really, you want to put the fuel on the fire. Okay, if you want to put fuel on the fire and not just have like a fire that's kind of crackling and not really not really a warm fire, and you want to put gasoline on that sucker and really blow it up, let's talk about what the pro level does for you. So you get all of the Be Free plus 200 attendees, streaming for 5 platforms, unlimited duration, custom branded meetings. And customize, that means for your, like, brand is everything, guys. I mean, you only get you get one first impression, right? So your branding and what you say about you get that front and center. Calls to action during the meetings and shows. Yes, during. There's call to actions buttons that pop right up on there, and that's a game changer for your business. Private public group creation. 100% of the group receives your information, which that's kind of the point, right? Don't you want your attendees and everything and people part of your group and your community? Isn't that kind of important? And then you get your organic leads to the entire database, connect with the speaking opportunities. That's a lot of opportunity just for $19.95 per month. So you definitely, that's most popular. And then we'll move on to next level stuff here, guys. So maximize your results. That's a platinum membership level. And that's best for if you're a coach, a leader, an influencer. That's only $49.95 per month. It's that inexpensive. That's a strong investment of just being able to. The point of this call is to supercharge your business. It's not to let's have a mediocre business. It's to supercharge it, right? Let's get a breakthrough. We got to get a breakthrough if you go to the platinum level membership, because not only is it a fraction of the cost of some of the other platforms we're about ready to talk about, but if you join the platinum level, you got to get everything we just spoke about, all the pro level, plus your webinars that are designed to sell more. That's what you want to do. You want to be able to sell more. Live broadcasting, 3,000 attendees, plus your streaming, replays. You get hot button links right up there. Recordings with 100 gigabytes of storage, monetize I said monetize. Wait, come in closer. Monetize your following. Affiliate partnerships. And if you follow, like I've already mentioned Alex Hormozy, guys, he's one of the fastest growing billionaires on the planet right now. And he talks about this in his best selling books. When we're talking about leveraging, he talks about building, you could call it JVs. I don't really care what you call it, but joint ventures, partnerships, affiliates. If you're not doing that, you're not leveraging. So I don't know if you guys want to chime in on, or I keep saying chime. I'm going to use a different word. Do you guys want to add anything as far as your wisdom here?
Yes, and the good news is also that if you have two members with platinum membership, you pay 50%. And this offer is limited time.
Right. That is a special. I'm so glad you brought that up, Elena, because I do want to hit this home that guys, that is a crazy deal. Like that, it's not just a deal, it's a strong value. And I kind of feel like, there's this fear of missing out, but it's not the fear of missing out. It's more of like how about the fear of just losing to your competitors? Because what are your competitors doing? They're gonna jump on here. Do you want to be, it's I don't know. It's just I feel like it's something that just can't be ignored. Okay, so I guess we'll move on here. So let's talk about the comparison because we've said a lot here. What are some of the things that you may or may not be using? But you've heard of these platforms, so let's talk about the Beekonnected Platinum membership versus your Zoom webinars, your GoToWebinars, and your StreamYards out there. Okay, those are some very popular platforms. Whether you're using them or not, you've probably heard of most of them. So $49.95 compared to $354.99 per month on Zoom webinars. Your go-to, these are monthly prices, by the way, $199 per month on your go-to webinars and your $49 a month on StreamYards. But here's where we start really seeing the difference, okay? Now, you see there's a huge difference on the Zoom webinars cost. It's a very small fraction of that for the Beekonnected platform. But let's talk about the attendees. So 3,000 versus 1,000 on the Zoom level there, the Zoom webinars. That's for your attendees. 1,000 on the GoToWebinar and 250 on StreamYard, guys. 250 versus 3,000. Huh. Wonder which one I'm gonna do. That's like a no-brainer right there, right? And then maximum meeting durations. That's unlimited across the board, including cloud storage. You get 100 gigabytes versus 5 gigabytes on Zoom, 3 on GoToWebinar, and 25. You have up to 5, whereas Zoom only has up to 1, and GoToWebinar has 4 on the multi-platform social media streaming. Let's talk about the custom static links. Okay, so this is like putting your name up there in your website. So you have up to 5 of those that you can do on Beekonnected versus 1 on Zoom, GoToWebinar, up to 8 on the StreamYard. But then you see all where everything else is where, and I'm just going to, so I don't take up too much of your time today, you guys can read this obviously, but custom static link, multiple account admin collaborators, event leaks, like that's like your replay links, your live chats, your custom buttons links, your meeting rooms, including your call to action banners. Yes, a banner actually pops up, so it's very easy for your audience to just do a one-click call to action right there. Whereas before, like a Zoom, GoToWebinar, StreamYard, you're not getting that. You get the interactive web page pop-ups. It pops right up, guys. Like literally, you get a pop-up like right there. So that you don't have to worry about like, oh, by the way, like go and find that in the chat or like da 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 da. You don't have to mess with any of that. So you get the cloud hosted video, the large event webinar settings, the social media posting groups, and the lead generation. Who doesn't want more high quality lead generation on this call? This call actually, I'm sorry guys, this call isn't for you if you don't need more leads. I'm pretty sure that you kind of need that in your business. So anything else you guys want to add?
You explained so good. I would like to say that, of course, all these options so incredible, and having them all in one is very unique. Nobody has that. That what makes this platform amazing opportunity. And what I like especially is to have library with 100 gigabytes because I usually like to record my meetings, or I also like to record different meetings, and it is so good to have everything one place and accessible for sharing from the same room.
Absolutely. I mean, I think with Elena, just her whole like her presence. I mean, obviously, I think it's visually it's good to be on a virtual call with Elena and David. I'm not, but obviously it's kind of like the whole presence there needs to be on the. Obviously, it's great to just be on a virtual call because the whole yeah, you can get a lot out of a phone call and stuff like that. So I'm not bashing that, but it is a different experience when you can have all the robust features of Be Connected, especially when you're building out a community like this, and that makes a difference.
Yeah, and it also very comfortable to use call to action buttons,
Right,
that we don't need to put them in the chat and people don't need to scroll all the chat and look for them. We have all buttons. There will be 5 buttons for premium package, for platinum package, and it is so easy just to click them and to get redirected to the place where you want to be.
right. Okay. Well, again, so again, as a reminder, Alina just hit on that point where again if you find soup if you do because and of course restaurants do this. I last time I referred a nice restaurant here, I last time I checked I didn't get paid for referring that, but here you refer a couple of friends, business associates, or whoever it might be, and you get 2 of those, you get 50% off for your membership there. So don't forget about that because you got to enjoy the platform so much that you're definitely got to want to like share it, and you should be rewarded for that. Okay, so that's a limited time, like Alina had mentioned. Now coming in 2024, which last time I checked is only here we are. It's Friday, so we're only really a couple days away here. Right around the corner. Let's talk about premium content for a moment. How do you sell more for your business? Now we're getting into it, right? So let's get into that a little bit. And money does matter. So okay, next slide. So let's talk about the platinum bonus. So we talked about that you refer to other platinum members, you get the 50%, that's $24.95, and that has all those. And then there's 3 quick setups. Okay, so what you really want to do is the first thing you're going to notice when you go to log in to Be Connected is you see that bright yellow. Can't miss it. There's a bright yellow arrow pointing to it. It's a bright yellow box. It says login. So you just go ahead and click that. It's a really user-friendly setup. So you go ahead and do that. The next step is that you got to go ahead, you get your username and your password. You got to get that. I mean, that's pretty standard, right? So that's the second step is you want to go ahead and that's how you join the Be Connected. You got to set up your username and your password. And then finally, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and start. It's got to prompt you to set up like your photo, and you want to set up how you kind of want however your business, or if you're a coach or whatever it might be, you need to go ahead and set up yeah, like for me, I just use my name in the Be Connected, so it's very simple, and that's a very common thing. But you could really you can really custom tailor it to how you want to appear on Be Connected, and that's another great feature. But you just follow the prompts to set that up. This whole process takes I mean, you could probably be set up in just a few quick minutes. It's very quick and easy. So again, the first setup, basic profile, it's got to go ahead and you can go into each on the profile. Again, we just spoke about that you got to go ahead and it even tells you how to format so your photo looks good. And then you're going to go down the list and you be virtual. You want to go ahead and click that. It's got to be right at the top. It's like the second one to from the left to the right. And the whole be virtual, you got to see like, well, here, hey, you now have, exactly where to go for your links that you can copy and paste. So whether you're like, oh, hey, I have, and you might be saying to yourself, well, I have a Facebook group, I have a LinkedIn group, because I know I have both of those, and I wanted to be able to maybe having more exclusivity and using the Be Connected platform. When you go Be Virtual, it's very simple. Here you go. Here you copy the link, and you can go ahead and make sure that if you're getting affiliate commissions and monetizing the Be Connected platform, that you have all these links that you're setting up. It's very easy. Okay, and then you can choose Beekonnected makes it so easy that you can just use one of their templated backgrounds, but you can also have a custom one if you want to do that. And that would be the next step there. And then, of course, on the Be Virtual side, you have there's a whole like configuration there that if you just want to enhance it a little bit on your Be Virtual side, that's very easy because you can use like a logo and everything like that you have for your business. Very, very user friendly there.
Yeah, and we can add our links for call to action buttons
Right.
when we want people to be redirected when they click those buttons. And there will be 5 different buttons available for the platinum package.
Cool. Yeah. Just pretty awesome right there. Now the third step is again, I'm just like if you're using LinkedIn or Facebook, you kind of need to engage a little bit, right? So that's the whole point is you're building community, you're building awareness, you're building brand for your business. And to do that, you do want, we're going to encourage you to post, right? And you definitely have to go ahead and post right away. So you want to get your first post out there with whatever you're doing for your business and get that out right away. That's the third step. And then once you do that, again, it lets you put up an image, or you can even do a video. So yeah, this isn't like, hey, if I'm Jeff or Elena or David, what if I move over to Beekonnected? Aren't I losing out on all these other things? Like, no, you're getting a lot of enhancement. You're getting a lot more features, benefits, a lot more tech. You're getting a lot more, just a ton of extra added things that you can use, including putting up those links and the any type of videos that you have for your own business. Now, links to your URLs, you can put that right in there because you might have a special link to like a blog post or whatever you might want to do. You can do that as well. You can go ahead and okay, we'll do the next slide on that. I'm sorry. Okay, and then finally, what I wanted to you can already see that there's just a ton, and I mean a ton of benefits that you can take advantage of. We talked about leveraging because you might even be a solopreneur. You might be like a one person band where you're doing everything. Well, this allows you to do a lot, even if it doesn't matter if you're a solopreneur, if you have a team of 10, if you have a team of 50, if you have a team of 100 employees. It doesn't really matter because you can leverage Beekonnected using all these tools. So I want to go ahead and open up for any Q&A if we do have any questions at this time. I don't know if I haven't seen any questions in here. This is definitely
actually, there are some questions, or there is a question. Jack Bosma has been on the site, relatively new, trying to get his Be Virtual set up. So it appears I was chatting with him as we were going through this, and we've there's if you have any challenges, first of all, we're myself, click make sure you're connected. And so Jack Bosma 3892 is not. You got to make sure you've got your site name right and your meeting name when you're setting up your Be Virtual. And so evidently he's having some challenges. That's why we have Elena, Jeff, myself, others. We have coaches here that can help you through those. Or you can always send an email to support@beekonnected.com. But it's sometimes there are, I mean, we're basically on almost like a rocket ship trajectory. So when the one thing I can tell you is you're going through this, there's a ton of support. The Beekonnected,
and it's a one click. Like there's literally like a little yellow
yeah,
that
right on this
yeah.
this show right now. You can click on that. That'll send you to support. They're very quick to respond. It's live support, so it's not somebody off somewhere else. So yeah, don't get too sometimes, and there's sometimes just little nuances, little things that you didn't, but for the most part it's so simple and it works. And like I said, we're going like a rocket ship here. So but we have to work through stuff. So that's one of the things. This is an exciting platform.
Well, and that's and I'm glad you mentioned though, and that probably is the best word or term for it is nuances. That there's nuances even with like it doesn't matter if it's Facebook or LinkedIn. Like
Right.
it's not like they're perfect, right? Because there's a lot of times in Google it doesn't like you got to have just whether it's a growing pains or whatever it is, there's always like evolving tech, right? It's not like you can just slow it down like, oh wait, no, let's wait 10 years until all the tech catches up. Like, no, it's got to be ever evolving. And you just want to maximize like what you have now. And we've already done the comparison. We've already seen how Beekonnected can take a lot of the headaches, a lot of the uh, the, the pain that you're feeling with having to juggle like 10 different platforms and making your life a lot more simple, making stronger connections, doing all these things. That's what's got to move the needle in your business. And so nothing's perfect. Yeah, but that's why we have support. You can talk to Elena. We have these elite coaches like David and Elena, myself, that you can bounce ideas off. And of course, we're here for the coaching and the training that you need. But there's also support because there's always going to be that one-off where you're like, for example, like, yeah, maybe there's some things on mobile that you're just not able to. You're having some challenges on some things on mobile, but you actually you do everything you want on the desktop. So you're like, oh, hey, I'm on the desktop, everything's flawless, so I'm on desktop and we're good. But the mobile side, you might be like, oh, well, actually, I know exactly what I need to do workarounds that I need to do using mobile. And it's just about being able to, and Tony Robbins talks about this, is that it's about being resourceful. So working with Elena, David, and myself, we're going to help you to be as resourceful using the Beekonnected platform as possible. And that's what I have to say there. Any other thoughts that either one of you want to share before we wrap this up?
Nope. I
Yeah,
think. Okay, go ahead.
yeah,
I
you're
don't.
always ready to say to speak. Yeah, I just wanted to tell that there are also many tutorials uh, under me section. So if you go on the button on the top right, you will see the tutorials and short videos for different issues which you can watch and implement to make your account look great.
Oh yeah, there's actually there's numerous videos. It's not like, oh, there's just one video. Like, no, you go there, there's a whole plethora of different videos based on what's important for you and your business. You got to quickly be like, oh, I definitely need to take a look at that video. So I'm so glad you brought that up, Alina, and that's why we that's why we have Alina and David on the call so that we can make sure that we're trying to bring as much value to you today as possible. So.
David also wanted to share something.
No, I was actually saying I'm good to go. Let's keep moving. So
Yeah.
Great. So
Okay.
let's speak about action steps.
So one of the first things you want to do is, I mean, that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. And wisdom is experience, right? And so if you're talking about, and what I mean by that is about like, don't just take the knowledge in today. Let's take action, because action is what's got to move the needle forward for you. And that includes, well, first you want to invite people to be connected. So that's an important step. Invite your friends, family, business colleagues. You want to go ahead and start spreading the word about Be Connected, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how soon this becomes mainstream. It's connect with the K. So go ahead and connect with people in the community with Be Connected that you're going to that you feel are like is a good resource for your business, or someone that's got to help you. That's the whole point of whether it's networking or doing whatever is important for your business, is making those connections that are going to help you in your business. And then don't forget to save. There are certain things, like when you're going through these processes, is that you do want to make sure that you're saving, like when you're editing like your photo and stuff like that, please hit save. You don't want, the last thing you want to do is like you're going through all these things and you're not hitting save. So make sure that and that's of course in some of the tutorials. But there is a button there for save. Please, please, please hit save. So, okay. So again, we just talked about inviting your friends or colleagues to be connected. It's very easy to do. It's under your shareable links. You just do a copy and paste. You actually see that you can do it to Facebook, LinkedIn, your Twitter. It's now X. That's why there's an X there. Hey, how about that? Be Connected is actually using X, and they're not using the Twitter bird anymore, because it is it is X now, guys. I'm sorry, but it is. And then, of course, you can use it to other platforms. You don't forget about receiving the 50% discount. That's again in the affiliate access links that are all under, again, your shareable links. So don't forget about that.
Yeah, and this is limited time offer.
Right.
And it is good to be right time in this platform and create your
Got to take advantage
visibility.
of that. Yeah, got to take
Yeah.
advantage. And then again, so step 2 is don't forget to introduce yourself. Say hello in the chat. We already have Jack that's been active. Again, Jack, we really appreciate you, being on the call today with us to ask questions and see how we can help, like troubleshooting, because that's what we're here for. And then, don't forget to click on the members' names, because that's the last thing you want to do is like, let's set it and forget it. Like, no, you do want to engage in the Be Connected platform, because the whole point is to help you grow your business, right? And then you want to try to get to 100 connections like as soon as possible, because that's just going to expose you to more opportunities on the Be Connected platform. Again, if you want to learn more, you can send Elena, you can send David or myself. You can send us a chat, and we're here to help. So we're even happy to book a call with you if you'd like to learn more. But this has got to be good for your business. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Thank you, Jeff. It was amazing presentation. I enjoyed.
I thank you. I mean, you guys. I think. I mean, I really enjoy the whole dynamic between just the overall presence, and I can't say enough as far as definitely check out. And I know that David, like, remind me again. You go into Be Connected, and I think you have the you want to talk. You have the Warrior Vision. You have the there's a couple groups that you have. I don't know if you want to mention that real briefly before.
Yeah, I've been on the platform since before we didn't have a lot of the functions we have now. So, but I've had a Warrior networking group. I run a local group here in Dallas that's now global, and it's on the platform. I also do a weekly podcast, which Elena has been featured on, so you can find hers. She's the last one I published right now, which is episode 126. You can also find the replay of that on the Warrior versus Zombie channel, or in that group on Be Connected. So, and then I have my own support community for folks that I've brought in, and so yeah, we're here to serve. That's the whole purpose of we're all three coaches. We're here. We have degrees of expertise and perspective, and I just think it's really very important just to connect, get on the journey, and there's various things. So there's just little. Sometimes you run into a little thing. It's a new platform. It doesn't work the same way as LinkedIn or as Facebook or whatever you're used to. We all fall into that, right? So our muscle memory doesn't work, and then we don't understand why. And that's why the coach is important. That's why coaching in all aspects is important. So because we've been there, I like to think of us as Sherpas. We've just been down the path a little further. We've seen a few things, and kind of like that commercial. We know a few things because we've seen a few things, or whatever it is. That's the advantage here. So don't be bashful. Jack or anybody else that's watching this in replay, reach out to our coaching community and make this thing work for you, because when you get it going, it's great. It just hums.
Absolutely. And David, thank you for sharing that. And Alina, I think now for the bringing in the New Year strong, you actually have a couple events coming up. I don't know if you want to just briefly mention as far as like your groups and some of the things that are coming up for you real quick? Because I think that everyone on the call that on the replay that hears this, I do want them to know about some of your upcoming events as well.
Yes, we plan to start our workshops for business owners, business leaders, and CEOs to accelerate their results in next year, to shift their habits, paradigms, mindset. So, three of us here, we can help you with mindset. Jeff can help with marketing, and David can help also with his 40 years business experience. So, contact us and let's know each other better and see how we can help you to build your best image and best business in 2024.
And I love that. I want to end on I'm a Dwayne Johnson fan. Whether you don't, it doesn't matter if you like him or not. I can't help it. One of the quotes that I like I think it's about waking up determined and going to bed satisfied. I mean, that's just one thing that I like. And of course, there's a lot of different. There's like millions of quotes or whatever like that. But I just kind of felt like that's a good one to end on as far as like, hey, what are you doing to wake up determined and go to bed satisfied? So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for listening in. This has been Supercharge Your Business with Elena. Hey, why don't you? I'm going to have you pronounce your last name because it's done. Go ahead and pronounce your last name correctly.
Elena Apalkova.
Apalkova. See, it sounds a lot more cool when she says it because I'm just got to butcher it. I'm gonna try to I'll get there. It's just like I'm not all the way there. So, and then of course we got David Roberts. So thank you so much, guys. And this has been Supercharge Your Business. So thanks again.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, David. It was amazing call, and I think people will have value from this. And we will see you next week on Friday.
All right.
Lots of fun, guys.
Happy New Year, guys. All right.
Happy New Year.
All right.
Happy New